Today is Monday the 9th. I was going to start writing my book today, but I won't be writing anything. I'm going to go to the pet crematorium and get my kitty cat. My little white snowshoe kitty, Yuki, she was 6 months old and she passed away suddenly yesterday. She had a neurological event and was gone very quickly. There wasn't any discernible cause, and I know these things happen, but I've had a lot of cats in my life, but she was a really special one. It would just be really nice if I could work on a book at some point without some kind of traumatic event happening when I am trying to write. I hope next year will be a little bit kinder of a year. It's Wednesday now, and I basically did nothing yesterday. I played Stardew Valley for half the day and Animal Crossing for the other half of the day, and did not have the energy to do anything worthwhile whatsoever. But I know I need to try to get back on track now. I have very little inspiration for writing at the moment, so I think today I am going to work on a blog post that I needed to get up. It's like a story installment, just like a little fluff companion piece that I've been working on to go with the Snake's Blood saga, because those are like my comfort characters that I can write anytime. So I'm going to get this month's installment done for that, and then I am going to spend some time looking through my planner. I need to make a decision on what planner I am going to use at the start of the year. I have my own planner system, like printable planner pages, that I've been working on developing, and I haven't had a chance to actually sit down and use it through a whole month to see how well it works. So I need to decide if I'm going to do that in January or if I'm going to save that until a little bit later in the year. I got myself some Heroes Journal planners, and I'm really looking forward to using those as well. They are just like a 90-day planner, so I wouldn't be in them for super long. I guess in one respect it would be nice to start with one of the Heroes Journal planners, which I am going to be unboxing soon. I haven't decided yet if I'm going to put that up on this channel, but I think, 90 days is probably like the time frame in which I'll need to finish Spectrum Legacy early next year. So if I use one of those planners to finish out that book, they would be ending together, and that would be nice and timely, and then I can work in my own custom planner after that. I'm not sure yet. It's something to think about. I might try to work on the first chapter of Spectrum Legacy, which is the title of book 6. It's the same as the series name, and I don't know why I decided to do that. It was just something I picked back when I chose the titles for all 6 books at the beginning of the project. I mean, it makes sense from like a story perspective. Will it make sense from a marketing perspective? I don't know. I don't know if it matters a whole lot at this point. But if I work on writing that book, I probably will just wait until this evening when everything is like quiet and cozy and my family is here, and I'm just gonna see if I can slowly ease into things and try to get things back to normal. My older cat, Noodle, she is 13. We've had her since she was like a hand-sized kitten. She hated Yuki so much, but since she's been gone, Noodle has just been like walking around the house crying almost incessantly. This is like actually the first time she's been quiet all day long. She just walks around the house and cries, and she goes up to every closed door and is like peeking under it and crying, and it is like the saddest thing. It's like you don't even like her and you miss her too. But it's an adjustment for all of us, and It's amazing how, you know, sometimes you encounter people or animals who are just in your life for such a short period of time, but they make such a big impact. And I'm so grateful to have had the chance to have her, but man, it's really hard to sit down to write without my lab cat writing buddy. Here it is, Thursday. I am still not writing. I was able to at least get my little fluff story for my blog done yesterday, but it took me 4 hours to write like 1,500 words for that, which is pretty depressing, but I guess that's also kind of how I feel right now. My Christmasing is not going very well. My daughter's birthday is on Sunday, and because we were traveling, we couldn't order anything for risk of packages being delivered while we were gone, which meant we waited to order everything, and then everything that she was supposed to get for her birthday and Christmas is out of stock. One of the things that she asked for was a Butterfree Pokemon plushie, and they had them at GameStop for like $16, and when we went back they didn't have any of the $16 ones left anymore. They only had the really big, really expensive ones. So I am upstairs in my craft space and I am making Butterfree wings to sew her a plushie. I don't have a pattern or anything, but it seems simple enough, so I'm gonna give it a shot and see if I can at least make her the plushie that she wanted for her birthday. So I'm not having a very good time. We still have like no decorations up. We got the tree up and that's it. There's like none of my garland on the rail of my library loft. We don't have my book tree up. We don't have any lights on the outside of the house. I just got the Christmas wreath put on the front door and this is just like miserable, so I'm starting to wonder if I'm going to be able to do any writing this month at all because everything is just like falling apart. So I got home at like 12:30. I've got about 4 minutes before school gets out here and I have to get my daughter and go home and do all the after school stuff, but I was able to get most of the Christmas shopping done. And then I got myself a little snack. I was not very hungry and I had just a little bit of time that I decided to sit down and try to do some writing. It didn't go very well, but I did get a little bit. I got like maybe like 600 words. So Spectrum Legacy is now like 800 words long. Not really feeling this beginning. I'm going to go ahead and stick my whole outline into my document so that I can try to write this weekend when we go to meet my parents for our gift trade-off. Hopefully I'll actually be able to write then and not injure my hand. I'm hanging in there, but this has been a really hard week. As nice as it would be to have time to sit down and do some writing this evening, I'm going to need to use my evening to work on my daughter's birthday gifts and be wrapping stuff and cleaning the house to be ready for her birthday party. So yeah, no writing time for me. It's Friday and I'm finishing my daughter's birthday plushie. I have it this far. I just need to finish the wings and get them attached to the back. So I'm waiting for my glue gun to heat up so I can glue the wings together and then I will sew them on the back. So that's just about done, and I've been thinking a lot about writing while I'm up here trying to do this because, you know, this is something that
I kind of have a hard deadline on, and I don't really have a deadline on the book since I'm the one who gets to pick the release date. So because I'm a chronological writer, I feel like part of the reason that I'm really stuck is that there's something wrong with the starting point that I picked, or maybe the way that I am approaching that starting point. And it's really easy to be able to sit here and go, oh, well, I'll just fix it later, I'll fix it later, but I'm not being able to advance at all. And I can't fix anything later if I never progress past this point. So I'm trying to figure out what it is that's not working. Sometimes the best thing for getting through those points where I'm really stuck is backing up and figuring out why I'm stuck. So I've been thinking about, there's my dollies in the background. I've been thinking that maybe I'll take some time to set up my dolls and take some photos or something after I'm done with the plushie, just because it gives me more time that I can think, and it's another thing that's like creative that might help restore some of my creative energy. And I guess since, you know, most of the dolls that I'd be photographing are characters from my stories, I can also call out marketing, because every time I post a photo of the dolls, I can talk about the books and the characters. I don't know, I'm just starting to remember why every time I sit down and make my writing plan for the year, I always just exclude the entirety of December, because I just assume that there's not going to be any writing happening. So I think my goal of 20,000 words before the end of the month is pretty out of reach. I think if I get even to 5,000, that'll be a miracle. But I'll work through my troubleshooting today and see if I can figure out why I can't seem to get this story going. It is not my birthday, but it was my daughter's birthday yesterday. We drove up to meet with my parents halfway between their house and ours so that we could hand off Christmas gifts and also my daughter's gifts. That was on Saturday, and I took my laptop with me so that I could spend some time writing. I ended up throwing out everything that I had written for the first chapter of book 6, not once, but twice. I went through everything that I had written and rewrote, like threw a bunch of stuff out, rewrote everything on the way up there. Then we sat down with my parents, we had lunch, and I thought about it a little bit while we were eating, while I was talking to my parents about everything that we have going on, how things are going with my books. And then when we got back in the car to drive home, I used the 3-hour trip on the way home to throw out everything again and go in a completely different direction. But I think that worked for me. I have a much clearer idea of how the beginning of this book needs to go now. I know I've said it before, but it's just one of the disadvantages of being a chronological writer is that I have to have everything lined up in a way that it can move forward smoothly. And if something ends up going wrong and it's too far off track of where the story really needs to go, then I'm going to end up being stuck. So it's worth it for me to take the time to sit down and revise somewhere that I am stuck until it feels correct and it feels natural. I definitely feel like I should be able to start moving forward with the story. So now it's Monday, and I'm going to try to edit this to have the vlog posted tomorrow. But today is a really big to-do list for me. I've got my list here, and I do want to try to do some writing, but it probably won't happen until this afternoon or this evening. I need to do a meal plan, write a grocery list, go grocery shopping. I need to wrap at least my husband's gifts and get them under the tree. I need to wrap up a gift for my friend Rachel and get it shipped. I need to clean up my desk so that I'll be ready to write. I would like to hang up the garland in the living room so that things look a little bit more festive. I would love to put up some lights outside, but it's raining today, so I don't know if that's going to happen. I need to check and make sure that my blog posts are going to actually post, because I've been having trouble with my website and I'm not sure if it's fixed yet. I need to schedule a newsletter, post something on Instagram, and work on preparing some more posts for social media. So it's going to be a really busy day for me, even though I've got writing 500 words down here as my main quest here. It is almost 8:30. I will probably need to start running errands by 10:30 to have enough time to get everything done. I also need to go to the mall. It's always something. Sitting on my stairs because this is the only place that is bright enough for me to do this right now. I got partway down my list. I got my grocery list and my meal plan done. I got gifts wrapped. I have a package ready to go. I was able to format and upload some bookmarks to my website for the printable gifts section that I'm setting up for my newsletter. They're getting a whole bunch of freebies. It's like free books and everything. So I'm excited to roll that out later this week. I was going to go ahead and write my newsletter and get it scheduled, and then the power went out. So I am not going to be able to get my newsletter scheduled, but I'm going to hop in the car and I am going to go pick up a gift for my daughter from the mall, and then I will get the groceries and we'll see if the power is back on when I get home. I might be able to finish up some stuff. We'll see. I don't like getting groceries with the power out, but fortunately I don't really need a lot of fridge stuff, so we should be okay. I'm at the mall, but traffic is so bad, so I wonder if everybody is out running errands, because it looks like a lot of the neighborhoods around me have no electricity right now. So that, and it's right before Christmas, so I guess it's going to be busy no matter what. But I'm going to run in here and pick up what I need and then get the groceries, and hopefully the grocery store has power. I didn't think about that. It's not very far from where I live, but they should have power if I don't. At least I hope that the grocery store has more reliable power than I do. So it's just after 1 o'clock. Power is not back on, but I am back home. There was a traffic accident nearby where a power pole was damaged, and that's why it's out. But the police have said that the power should be back on within an hour, so all the groceries that I got will be fine. I'm coming to say hi. So I have to go get my daughter in about 20 minutes. I would totally show you some of the stuff that I picked up while I was out, but it was so crowded out at the stores that I didn't feel comfortable trying to record anything. Hi. She's not usually like this. She's been... Hi, Noodles. She's been extra cuddly since Yuki's not here anymore, and I can't tell if she's wanting the attention or if she knows I need it. But either way, I appreciate the affection, Noodle. Thank you. So anyway, I would show you what I picked up, but my daughter will probably see me editing this video, and I don't want her to get any peeks of stuff that she's going to be getting for Christmas. So I'm just going to take the few minutes that I have, and I'm going to get the garland out of the attic, and I'll see if I can at least put that up before I have to go. And the power should be back on whenever I get home, so maybe I can finish my list after that. And now here we are, back up in my studio. After I got Evie home from school, she helped me get the garland up and wired onto the railing. It looks really nice. I still wish we had some lights outside, but it's rained like all day, so I don't think that's gonna happen. I guess we'll see if tomorrow is nice enough for me to go out and try to put something up. I was able to do just a little bit of writing, not quite meeting my goal, but I'll try again later this evening. I need to leave myself time to make sure I can edit this video, but right now book 6 is sitting at 2,568 words, and that's my word count after scrapping everything and restarting, so I'm getting close to the end of the first chapter, and that feels pretty good. It just means that, you know, that's like my total word count for this week, and it's a bit lower than the 10,000 I had hoped to log, but maybe next week will be a little bit better. At least I was able to get some words down. I'm grateful for that, even if overall I'm running a little bit behind on everything. It's still progress on the book, and it's progress that I can feel good about, so I'm going to make myself some tea and fix up some dinner. And if I'm lucky, I'll be able to have a quiet evening with a little bit more writing happening tonight. That's all for this time though. Thank you for joining me, and wish me luck in making progress in the coming week.